was born and raised in Israel, and then I did an art academy. I'm actually educated as an artist. I did an art academy in Jerusalem. And then I went to Amsterdam to study graphic design at the Gerrit Rietveld Academy. And almost a year after I graduated there, I came here. I was really interested in experiencing this unique situation of a design studio in-house of a institution like that, an art institution like that. And I also really wanted to experience the American way of practicing design. What was intriguing for me was, and I assume that, and I think it turns to be right, that the way design is being perceived and practiced here has less of the luxury of communicating in a very narrow way, I would say. How can I explain? Oftentimes I felt that design, the way I learned to think about design, was for designers. And what is so interesting for me here is that I'm learning to think as a designer for everybody that is interested, and not necessarily designers. I think the culture is much more image-oriented culture than the way I experienced that in Holland, which the way images are being used and perceived are very, very different. And that's already something that I learned a lot, or got to experience a lot, a different way of dealing with imagery, or the question of images. I'm so happy that I did it, because I think being a student in the Netherlands gave me such a nice base ground and such a great tools to be able to reference and contextualize my design. But then I think, again, coming to here and having I have to communicate with people that are not coming from design and are not necessarily visual people also in some of the cases. That's actually just challenged for me the way I'm thinking about design. It's challenged, it made me constantly ask myself questions about what is design for me and how do I see design and what's about. I think in so many levels. First, from the very practical level. You come as a student, and from day one, a crazy schedule is waiting on your desk with deadlines every second day, and you just have to practically work, produce. There is no time to conceptualize, daydream, spend hours at the library. And also learning to, I hope I learned to ask questions, the right questions, and to try together with my client, in that sense, to come to a point that we gave the best answer to what he needs. I think my horizon opened actually coming here, because again, I think I'm coming from a very confined and strict way of thinking about design, and the work here, and especially I think because I got to work with so many different disciplines, expanded my horizons.